Welcome to Kansas City Stars Hockey. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action between the Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rob Lamondon, and I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play from today's game live from the Kansas City Ice Center in Shawnee, Kansas. Teams finishing up their warm-up. It's the last weekend of league play before we go into the holiday break. Stars come into this game in third place in the Mid-America High School Hockey League standings. They have a record of 6 wins, 3 losses, and a tie for 13 points. They trail Wichita and Northwest Arkansas. Rockhurst comes into this game with 1 win and 6 losses so far in the season. We'll be back in just a moment for the starting lineups and the opening face-off. And for the starting lineup, let's turn it over to the one and only, the incomparable, our public address announcer, Mr. James Taylor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kansas City Ice Center for today's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity matchup between the visiting Rockhurst Hawklets and your Kansas City Stars. Starting lineup for Rockhurst. At forward, number 9, Riley Teeman. At forward, number 40, Jack Kornplager. At center, number 38, Elliot Kornplager. On defense, number 7, Tracy Jarvis. On defense, number 34, Michael Paulina. And in goal, number 21, Roy Posselwick. Rockhurst is coached by Delaney O'Rourke and Parker Collins. And now, the starting lineup for your Kansas City Stars. He's a junior from Piper High School, number 19, Jacob Paulson. At forward, she's a junior from St. Thomas Aquinas High School, number 22, Ella Jabilski. At center, he's a senior from Shawnee Mission West High School, number 11, Ethan Lamonga. On defense, he's a senior from Blue Valley Northwest High School, number 21, Alejandro Bucky. On defense, he's a junior from Shawnee Mission West High School, number 33, Aaron Wade. And in goal, he's a senior from Bishop Seabury High School, number 40, William Moore. The Stars are coached by Jim Lewis, assisted by Mike Jabilski and Jack Cruz. These
About all set to go from the Kansas City Ice Center. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action. The Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets. Team getting ready to line up for the opening face-off. Key for this game, I believe, is for the Stars to figure out a way to get the puck past to find Rockhurst goalie Roy Posselwick. These two teams played earlier this year, and games have been pretty competitive, so we expect a good close hockey game. A lot of good action end to end. And off the face-off, it's Rockhurst with the puck. It's Carolina banking it off the boards into the Star zone. Hocking plays it over to Wayne. Wayne up to Paulson off his stick, had it knocked away. Loose puck at center. Plamondon had it momentarily. Now it rolls in on goal. And Posselwick will play it to the corner for Carolina. Up the boards to number 40. This pass was deflected off the stick of Sabilski. Carolina with the puck along the boards. He'll bring it up, carries it into the Star zone. Carolina with a little dangle trying to get around to Hocking. Centered it right through the goal crease. Along the boards, Jarvis with it. Jarvis down in the corner, threw it right out in front. Hocking knocked that away. Played ahead by Up to Evans. Evans to Paulson. Paulson had it knocked off the stick by Jarvis. Got it back. Jarvis goes into the boards. Around behind the net. Comes up there for number 40. Banked off the boards and out of the zone. And picked up there by Regas. Regas backhands it up. Left there for Willington. Willington into the Rockhurst zone. Willington getting around the defender. Had it poked off the stick. Played in the corner. A nice defensive play by one of the Rockhurst defensemen. Pryor in the corner. Had it knocked away by Jarvis. Willington there to help out. Puck kept into the zone by McNally. Sent around behind the net. Taken there by number 22. For Rockhurst up to Huntley, number 19. Huntley lost it off his stick. The puck in the corner. Out comes back to the point. Regas has it there. Goes toward the net. That hit a skate. Now played ahead. Holmes chasing after it. Holmes is looking for a pass as he was trying to break out toward the net. Takes a big hit by McNally. Now puck played ahead. Stolen and a save made by Carrasco Cooper, who's in goal for the Stars this afternoon. Played ahead to Pryor. Pryor had it knocked off his stick, picked up the center by Rockhurst and sent it into the Stars zone. And back to retrieve it is Preston Harris. Harris off the boards. Bouncing puck, tried to get it to Brace. Brace reaches back to get it. Had his stick lifted, but maintains possession. Brace tried to center it on the backhand. That was deflected. Puck comes in the slot area. Gressel down low to Brendan. Brennan with a shot. And the save made by Postlethwaite. It is usually the case. Postlethwaite does not allow a rebound. So despite Gressel being in front of the net, there was nothing there, and a good save by the young goalie. There's an issue with one of the doors down to the other end of the ice. That's the reason for the delay. Now we're ready to go, and off the face-off, it's tied up at the circle, poked ahead by Harris. He soccered it down, but it's taken there by Rockhurst. Out of the zone, sent back in off the stick of Gressel. Gressel lost sight of it. Hocking there to help out, plays it ahead to Orlina and Gressel along the boards. A couple other players in to help out. Greco comes away with it for Rockhurst. Orlina back in his own zone, circles it in front of his own net. Orlina carries it out through center, knocked off his stick by Plomondon. Plomondon comes away with the puck. It's hit there by Orlina, but plays it back to Hocking, who circles it down at the bottom of the circle ahead to Brace, too far for him. The puck goes down the ice and no icing called. Gressel and Jarvis rather. Plomondon in to help out, take a bump by Jarvis. Puck comes up along the boards, picked up by number 3 and out of the zone. Harris sends it right back in off the glove of Jarvis behind the net. Stars make a change. Jarvis with it avoids Plomondon. Jarvis with a cross-ice pass off the stick of number 42. That'll go in wide of the goal. And Carrasco Cooper will leave it there. Intercepted by Jarvis in the zone. Jarvis takes a bump by Hocking. Hocking had it knocked off his stick. Now the puck played down low. Number 35 sent it toward the goal, and Harris will scoop it up and send it down the ice, and that'll be whistled for an icing against Kansas City. I should say the Stars, since both teams are local here to the metro area. 11:23 to play, opening period. I want to thank all of you who are joining us live on the Kansas City Stars Hockey Network on the Kansas City Stars YouTube channel. Puck rolled right in front of the net into the corner. Tipped up the boards by Regas, tried to get it to Evans, who was intercepted. Huntley to chase it down in the corner. Huntley tried to pass it ahead. Regas stepped in front of that. It's cleared out of the zone. Now we've got a race for the puck. It'll be Jarvis playing it up the boards off the stick of Pryor. Tried to get it to Willington off his stick. Stepping in was Regas. Took the stick out of the hand of one of the Rockhurst players. Holmes with the puck, poked off his stick by Willington. The third 22 there to help out and plays it through center, taken at the blue line by Wayne. Off the boards for Pryor. Pryor carries into the zone with Evans and Willington. Evans cutting toward the net. Sent across. A good active stick by Jarvis. Puck came back to Pryor. Back to the point to Wayne. Plays it across over to Regas. His pass was deflected into the slot area and taken there by number 14, who brings it back out of the zone. Plays it ahead. That's Poluski, I believe is how you might say that. Put ahead by the Stars to Pryor. Pryor will send it into the zone. Willington giving chase as the Stars make a change for Willington. In a step too early on the play and an offsides call. Faceoff will come outside the Rockhurst zone. Off the faceoff, it's that's across off the stick of Teven. Set back in, Torlina behind the net. Brings it out far side. Boys a couple of defenders. This pass was blocked there by Brennan. Brennan in the zone. Brennan threw it across the brace. But Postlethwaite got the glove down and covered it up. As Dressel was cutting toward the net. I'd be remiss to say our first period brought to you by our good friends at Asplin Tree Experts. Your experts for all your tree needs. Over to McNally, sent around behind the net. That hit the referee onto the stick of Torlina. He carries it up far side into the corner. It's harassed there by Brennan. Torlina still with the puck. Cycles it up to Teven, number 9. Cross-ice pass to number 40. Up the left-hand side into the Stars zone. Takes it wide here. The shot. Pad save. Puck comes up the boards. Held into the point by number 3. The loose puck in the slot area. Still in the Stars zone. McNally will pick it up there. Has to avoid number 40. Now banks it off the boards. Up the near side. Jarvis will keep it in. He'll send it toward the net. And a save made by Carrasco Cooper. As he took the puck right on the KC of his chest and it drops into his glove. Face off to the right of the Star zone. Face-off comes into the slot area, picked up there by Paulson. Paulson across to Sobilski. It was intercepted by Arthur, sent back into the Star zone. Wayne quickly clears it. Wayne grabs the puck, carries it into the zone, avoids a check down in the corner. Aaron Wayne tried to center it. That was denied. Gets it back. Puck behind the net. Played up the far side boards. Pomondon pinching in from the point. Gets it down to Paulson. Paulson avoids a check behind the net. Now has a couple of hawklets on him. Plays it up towards, intercepted by Arthur. The puck just comes out of the zone. Number 42 picks it up there, leaves it for number 32. He'll send it into the Star zone. And Wayne will clear it right back out. Taken there just outside the blue line and hoisted back in, but hoisted too high and it hits the rafters. And we'll have a whistle. And the face-off will come back outside the Star zone. Stars control the face-off. It's tied up along the board. Pomondon in there to help out. He comes away with it, backhands it up. Sobilski plays it up to Hocking. Hocking fanned on the pass, now knocks George down. Paulson with it, leaves it for Hocking. He gets knocked off the puck, gets it back, and now the puck sent out of the zone by Rockhurst. Back to retrieve it is Regas. Off the board from Pomondon. Pomondon will send it into the zone if the Stars need to make a change. Puck behind the net. Number 22, George, cycles it back to Holuski. Holuski gets bumped along the boards. Puck taken away by Pryor. Pryor and George. Holuski in there for the Rockhurst. It comes back to the point, held in by Regas. Regas sends it toward the net, looking for a redirect. That hit Pryor and went just wide of the net. Evans with the puck in the corner. Skates it behind the net. Gets it to Pryor. Pryor out in front for Willington and a save. Great pass and a nice save by Postlethwaite. The Stars had another good scoring opportunity. This will get sent down the ice and we'll have an icing call against Rockhurst. Exactly halfway through the first period. No scoring in this game. Good action at both ends of the ice so far. Puck goes behind the net after face-off. Passed up to Huntley off his stick. Puck still in the zone. Brace with it. Brace with a backhand along the ice. Sent it wide of the goal. Centering attempt by Gressel behind the net, taken there by Torlina. He'll skate it out of the zone, right up the middle of the ice, carries it into the Stars zone, gets knocked off the puck, out of the zone by McNally, and this will go in on Postlethwaite. He'll put the glove down and cover it up. Gressel and Brennan were in on the forecheck. Good F1 pressure by the Stars. Puck tied up the circle. The linesman went to a knee centering attempt. That's intercepted by Torlina. And the Rockhurst captain plays it ahead to number 15. Here's a wrister, sent it wide off the boards into the corner. Down low's number 14. He takes a bump along the boards there. Poked up there by Brennan. Puck came right out front. Got by number 15. Deflects up over the glass and out of play. Faceoff will stay in the Star zone to the right of William Aiden Carrasco Cooper. Stars control the face-off. It's poked ahead down to the corner. Plamondon plays it up to Hocking. Hocking's pass was off a skate. Number 40 takes a bump there by one of the Stars. That was Hocking. Plamondon gets around behind the net. Harris plays it up the boards. Off the stick of number 6 and out of the zone. There's a race for that puck. Paulson with it. Paulson with Deppy cutting toward the net in the front of the net. His shot hit the side of the goal. Paulson got it back. There's Hocking with a shot. That was blocked onto the stick of Paulson. He sends it wide of the goal. Puck picked up by number 9 and sent back to center. Hocking back at his own blue line off the boards from Plamondon. Plamondon leaves it there for Deppy. Deppy plays it along the boards. Torlina picks it up for Rockhurst. Torlina avoids a couple of the Stars. He'll carry it into the Stars zone. Going wide to his right. Tough angle shot right on though. And the save made and held on by Wack. I have shots on goal at 4 apiece, although my shots on goal are my best effort to keep track of them. They are by no means official. Harris plays ahead, intercepted by number 12. Bouncing puck grab there by Harris. Up to Evans. Evans into the zone right-hand side. Evans with fire cutting toward the net. Shot right on. Save made by Postlethwaite. Puck was loose in front, but cleared away by Rockhurst. Now played ahead to number 42. It was off his stick. Wellington had it for the Stars. That hit number 12's leg. Puck back into the Stars zone. Hocking fanned on his pass. The puck dangerously out in front of the Stars net. Now the Stars able to send it down, and that'll be whistled for an icing. 5:08 to play in the opening period. The faceoff will come back in the Star zone to the right of Carrasco Cooper. Face-off controlled by the Stars. Gressel behind the net. Long pass out off the stick of number 42. Played back behind the Stars net into the corner. Wayne up to Evans. Arthur in there for the Rockers. Now sent out of the zone, and Jarvis will retreat back inside his own blue line. Off the boards, out of the zone. It's too far for Arthur. Stars send it back in. George up to Arthur. Arthur back down low to George. Lays it across to Jarvis. Pass too far for Arthur. And this will go the length of the ice, and a whistle for an icing. Face-off control by Kansas City. It's Ray sending one toward the net, wide of the goal. Wayne Down low, sends it behind the net. The puck will come off the boards up near side, grabbed there by number 28. His pass was deflected off a stick and into the Stars zone. Regas back in the corner, spins it back up off the boards. The puck came out of the zone. It's sitting right on the blue line. Now poked ahead by Brendan Gressel. Gressel will send it in. Torlina will cycle it up the boards. A loose puck there. Here's a shot and a deflection just wide of the goal off the stick of Gressel. Brace with it along the board, sends it around behind the net. Gressel with it. Brendan in front of the net. Gressel back to the point. Here's Regas settling it down. His shot was blocked. Puck along the boards. A good stick lift by Brace. Now the puck comes in the corner. It's played ahead to number 28 for Rockhurst. He'll cut it back to the center of the ice. Lays it over to number 30 in the zone. Here's a shot right on in glove and held by Carrasco Cooper. Face off to the left of the goal. Stars control it as Harris behind the net. Harris off the board with Zabilski. She'll backhand it up, try to get it to Paulson. Too far for him, and puck banked off the glass and back into the Stars zone. McNally will skate it behind the net. Plays it off the boards. Paulson chipped at it. Played ahead by Deputy to Paulson and Zabilski. Paulson reaches back and sends it around behind the net. It's McNally and Torlina in the corner. They battle for it. The puck comes ahead, number 15 ahead. That's Holmes for Rockhurst. His shot is deflected off a stick and out of play. Face off in the Stars zone to the right of Weems. Comes back to the point. Jarvis, his shot was deflected, soccered out of the zone by Willington. Jarvis at center. Plays it ahead into the Stars zone. Now brought out. Here's Harrison. Evans on a 2-on-1. Harris with a shot. And the glove saved by Postlethwaite. Evans was right there, but there was no rebound. But a good scoring opportunity for Preston Harris. Face-off control by the Stars, comes back to the point. McNally teed one up. That was blocked, came right back to McNally. McNally gets knocked down. Pryor spins it around behind the net, in the corner. Evans avoids the check by number 40, still with it. Willington in front of the net. Evans chipped into the corner. Pryor back to Evans. Puck comes up the near side boards. McNally not able to keep it in, and it's sent back in deep by Rockhurst. It's Harris with the puck behind the net, ahead to Pryor. Pryor backhands it over to Willington. Willington with Evans cutting toward the front of the net. Right out in front. Here's a chance for Evans and a save. Puck to the corner. Number 40 clears but not out. Played across one-timer by Harris, was off the heel of the stick. Number 9 will grab the puck for Rockhurst. Plays across, intercepted by Evans, who sends it back into the zone. The Stars will make a change. Chipped up and held in the zone. No, it was out of the zone, so the Stars have to clear. Meanwhile, Torlina had it poked off his stick at center. Number 40 had it, then had it knocked away. Hocking will send it in to the Rockhurst zone. Jarvis clears it off the stick of Hocking out of the zone, grabbed there by Gressel. He'll backhand it in. That hit Torlina's skate. Torlina takes the loose puck and plays it across to Jarvis. A long pass up the center to number 42. Knocked off his stick nicely by Brace. Brace ahead to Gressel. Gets around the defender. Brace. Here's a shot, a save. Puck bounced right behind the net into the side of the goal. Off the stick of Gressel. Wayne pinching in to keep it in the zone off the stick of Brace in the corner. Torlina plays it behind the net. Right out in front, a chance for Brace and a shot right on. Down to a minute to play in the period. Good scoring opportunity for Sawyer Brace. Hocking sends it down low. That's intercepted by Arthur. He'll play it over to number 42 out of the zone. He'll skate it into the Stars zone. Taking it wide on Aaron Wayne, sends it to the side of the net, paddled away by Carrasco Cooper, and he'll put the glove down to cover up the rebound. 41 and 1/10 seconds to play in this opening period. Both goalies with some good saves in this game, but a really good couple of good scoring chances by the Stars at the other end. But Postlethwaite standing tall so far in this game. Off the face-off, it's played ahead by Paulson. Paulson with Sabilski. Paulson into the zone. Has it behind the net. Clemondon drops back to the point. Picked up there by number 12. Makes it over to Holmes. Holmes, good play by Wayne to knock him off the puck. Ends up behind the net. Clemondon intercepts the centering attempt. Plays it off the boards up for Paulson. Paulson cuts it back to the center. Had it poked off his stick. Oh, here's a hit between Hocking and one of the Stars. Clemondon over to Sabilski. It was off her stick and cleared out of the zone. Sent right back in by the Stars as the time will expire. That'll end the first period of play. And our score at the end of one period is the Kansas City Stars 0, the Rockhurst Hawklets 0. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the second period. You're listening to Kansas City Stars Hockey on the Kansas City Stars Hockey Network. Teams getting ready to line up for the start of our second period. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action between the Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets, live from the Kansas City Ice Center in Shawnee, Kansas. No scoring in that opening period. No penalties as well. By my count, I have shots on goal 9 for the Stars and 6 for the Hawklets. Off the face, off the Stars control it. Back to Regas. Over to McNally, ahead to Pryor. Pryor takes a bump there as he sends it into the zone. Puck goes behind the net. Wellington gets there first for the Stars. Wellington to the forehand. Wellington down in the corner. Back to the point to Regas. Regas over to McNally. McNally will send one in looking for a redirect. Save made by Postlethwaite. The puck ends up in the corner. Wellington battling for it. Pryor was there. Evans and Jarvis bump into each other. Evans comes away with the puck. Evans chips it off the boards, try to get it back to Regas. Regas has to come down low, back to Evans. Evans throws it to the side of the net. And now we get the whistles. Looked like Postlethwaite had it covered up for several seconds before the whistle. And we'll have a face-off in the Rockhurst zone to the left of the goal. Stars control the face-off, but it's cleared out of the zone by Rockhurst. Regas plays it over to McNally. McNally back to Regas. Off the board for Evans, chips it to Wellington into the zone. Pryor cutting to the net. Wellington still with the puck. Wellington with a shot. He sent it wide. Puck comes up near side boards. Clear but not out. That was off McNally. That hit Rolfe, and the puck ends up at center. Rolfe will send it into the zone. Regas backhands it. That hit Rolfe's leg. Rolfe sends it right into the slot area. But McNally there for the Stars. He'll carry it back into the Rockhurst zone. Taking it wide left. Stars making a change. McNally shot right on. Puck held in front of Postlethwaite, but he puts the glove down to cover it up. Holmes and Brennan in the face-off circle. Puck comes to the corner. Gressel plays it back to the point to Harris. Harris skates it down. Over to Hocking. It was off his stick. Loose puck there. Backhanded by Brace. And that hit traffic out in front of the net. Wrestle with it. Centering pass. Holmes got a piece of that behind the net. The puck is. Wrestle. Tried to play it back to the point. That hit. Car intercepted by Brennan. Brennan plays it to the boards. Taken there by Harris. He'll send it toward the net. Lifts it high off the glass. Held into the point by Hocking. He'll send it down into the corner. Carolina plays it up the boards. Off a stick. Hocking keeps it into Gressel. Gressel. Here's a shot by Brennan. That was blocked in front. Number 14 comes away with it for Rockhurst. Over to Torlina. Torlina taking it wide on Hocking. Had it knocked off his stick. Loose puck in the corner. Played up the boards. Holmes was there. Threw it right out in front of the net. But race there for the Stars to come away with it. Brace plays it over to Gressel into the zone. Gressel avoid the defender. As then went on toward the net, that hit Torlina's stick along the boards. And the Rockhurst players fanned on it. Harris comes away with it. Harris down in the corner, throw it right out in front of the net, intercepted by Torlina. His clearing attempt hit one of the Stars, but it comes right back to a Rockhurst stick and sent down for an icing call against the Hawklets. Second period today brought to you by our good friends at Signature Landscape. Stars appreciate all the support we get from our sponsors. Everything helps promote youth hockey here in the Kansas City area. Behind the net is Greco with it. Greco plays it up the boards for Arthur. His pass behind his teammate. And Regas just inside his own blue line chips it off the boards. Intercepted by number 12. But he brought the puck back offside, much to the displeasure of both the Rockhurst players and the Rockhurst fans. Faceoff will be outside the Rockhurst zone. Rockhurst controls the faceoff, played over to Jarvis. Number 22, George will send it in. Wayne down in the corner. Wayne chips it to himself, now plays it ahead. George keeps it in the zone right out in front of the net, cleared away by the Stars off the stick of Paulson rather. Jarvis, long pass to number 12. He'll circle it back just outside of the blue line and carry it back in. That's Frankie. Shot right on, and that'll be gloved and held on by Carrasco Cooper. Off control by Rockhurst, the shot right to the side of the net. That'll be gloved and held on by Carrasco Cooper. Puck tied up at the circle. Paulson comes away with it ahead to Sobilski. Sobilski off the left-hand side. Played it back to Paulson, but out of his reach. Pushed ahead by Teven. Cleared back out of the zone, but puck ends up along the boards. Teven threw it right in front of the net. Sobilski chips it ahead to Paulson. Here's Paulson with a burst of speed, taking up the left-hand side. Paulson throws it wide of the goal. Puck comes up the near side board. The Stars were making a change. Now we got a whistle, and we're going to have. Looks like the Stars are going to get called for having too many men on the ice. As the puck was played right in front of the bench. Lamonda was there, but he looked like he jumped up out of the way. It'll be a minor penalty to the Stars for too many men on the ice. That penalty comes at the 3:56 mark. Corbin Brennan will serve the minor penalty. First power play opportunity of the game, and it goes to the Rockhurst Hawklets, and they control the face-off. Carolina backhands it over to Holmes. Holmes from the top of the circle sends it across the ice off the stick of McNally. McNally and Jarvis battling for it. McNally comes away, poked it ahead. Number 14 stepped in front of that. Battle for the puck behind the goal. Now played to the near side corner. That was Wellington and number 14. Number 14 comes away with it. Jarvis along the dash and threw it right out in front of the net. Arthur was there, but puck bounced over his stick. Wellington sends it up the far side board. Jarvis sends it down into the corner. Harris picks up a loose puck for the Stars and sends it down. A minute 10 of power play time for the Hawklets. Holmes had to bounce off his stick. The puck went right in front of the net, but Torlina was there to take it for the Hawklets. Over to Holmes. Holmes leads it for Jarvis, back up to Holmes. Holmes into the zone. Here's a wrister that's sent wide of the goal. Number 14 plays it behind the net. Harris grabs it off a stick of Evans out of the zone. Back at his own blue line is Holmes. Drops it for Torlina. Torlina carries it into the Star zone, takes it wide. Torlina with a shot. No, it hit the goalpost. It looked like it might have gone in, but the referee immediately said it hit the goalpost. Back the other way. There's a blast by McNally that was wide of the goal and off the blocker. Evans sends it back behind the net. 27 seconds left on the penalty. Behind the net, Torlina with it. Torlina's long pass is intercepted by McNally at center. He'll backhand it in. That hit a Torlina skate and almost bouncing on net. Plomondon and Jarvis get tangled up. Jarvis play it back in. Torlina with it. Off the boards to Holmes, off his stick. Grabbed there by Pryor, but he couldn't control it. Over to Plomondon. Holmes comes away with it. Penalty's over. Stars back at full strength. Plomondon and Holmes. Good by Plomondon, but a nice play and a stick save by Carrasco Cooper and a shot along the ice. Pryor comes away with it, gets it out of the zone. It was off Jarvis's stick. And he'll skate it back and play it across in front of his own net. Number 38 circles inside his zone, pass too far. That'll go in on Carrasco Cooper. Played off the boards by Deppie. Gets it ahead to Gressel. Here's Gressel in all alone. Gressel with a shot and a save. Rebounded by Brace. And he sent it wide. Stars actually had a 2-on-0. Here's a shot along the ice that got through. And the save made by Postlethwaite. Off the stick of Deppie. Deppie plays it across, and that'll get whistled as he played it with a high stick. And I want to go back to the shot by Torlina that at first I thought it went in, but the referee, it looked like it was a double doinker off the crossbar, then off the goal post. Referee right there immediately signaled no goal. Certainly a great scoring opportunity for Torlina. Off the face-off, back to Price at the point. Sends it toward, that was blocked by Gressel. Got it back, sent it into the slot area. Bouncing puck, loose in front. Here's number 38 with a shot. And the save made by Wack. And he's got it in the glove. Rockhurst with a couple good scoring chances here in the last couple of minutes. Off the face-up, back to the point. Price will send it. That was off a stick. Down in the corner, number 40 with it. Throw it right out in front. Number 9 was there off his stick. Send it toward the front of the net. Side of the goal and it's in. That one did look like it got inside the goal post. And Rockhurst is on the board first. With 7:50 to play in the opening period, or second period rather. Looked like it was Teven, number 9, with the goal. We'll see what the official scoring is on the goal. So Teven with the goal. There was an assist, but I didn't pick up the number. Stars send it in. Torlina there with Paulson on the forecheck. The puck behind the net over to the corner. Zabilski puts a check on number 30. Plomondon in to help out. Plomondon had it momentarily. He gets bumped off the puck. Zabilski plays it behind the net. And Torlina will grab it near side corner. Up the boards for Coleman off his stick. And cleared out of the zone. Hawkins passed too far for Plomondon. Price plays it off the board for Torlina. Torlina back to Price in the corner. Ahead to number 28. Lost it momentarily. Takes a hit by Zabilski. Zabilski and number 28 fall down. Puck sent back into the zone by the Stars. In front of the net is Torlina. Loses it behind the net. Plomondon had it momentarily, but Torlina gets it back. Torlina skates it up. Paulson got his stick on it, off the stick of Coleman. Banked off the boards. Ahead of Paulson. Here's Paulson up the left-hand side. Paulson with a wrister, and it's deflected down in the corner. Paulson gets it back. Paulson with Wayne out in front, tried to center it, intercepted by Holmes. Holmes carries it into the Stars zone, taking it Puck wide, sends it right through the goal crease. Looks like Carrasco Cooper might have got a piece of it off with the pad. Now poked away by Paulson. Paulson up the left-hand side. Paulson with a shot. What a good back check by George. And he got his stick on it and deflected it wide. Now the puck came off a skate. Here's number 14 in the zone. Gets sandwiched by a couple of Stars. Gets back up. Puck to the side of the net off the glove of Carrasco Cooper. Now sent to the side of the goal. Centered right through the goal crease into the corner. Pryor with the puck there for the Stars. He'll reverse it up the near side and carry it out of the zone. Pryor's pass off the stick of Evans. Evans and Jarvis. Jarvis comes away with it. Pass for number 14 too far. Rodriguez banks it off the boards. Played back in and touched offside by Pryor. Stars control the face-off. Evans sending it into the zone. Kept in by Pryor. Pryor skates it down low into the corner. Cycles it back up to Evans. Evans banks it off the board, tried to get it back. Lost it momentarily. Now taken there by number 42, Greco. Up the near side, takes a hit by Pryor, gets knocked down. The loose puck, Evans back to the point. Played over to Regas off his stick. He'll get it low, down low. Back to the high point to McNally with a shot deflected just wide. Looking for a redirect. He got it. Here's a shot from a tough angle. Save made. The puck came out in front and back the other way. Comes number 12. Frankie plays it across the 42 off his stick. Arthur was there. Had it poked away. Evans picks up the loose puck. Bouncing puck at center or near the face-off circle and cleared out to center by the Stars. Torlina back to retrieve it. Torlina look to pass it to Jarvis, keeps it himself, carries it back into the Star zone. Here's a whistle right on, and that'll be held by Carrasco Cooper. Face off to the left of Whack. Puck in the circle, Hocking. Plays it up the boards. Number 38. That was then across off the stick of Brace, but out of the zone and taken by Torlina back to his own blue line. He'll backhand it up, intercepted there by Brennan, sent into the zone. This will roll wide of the goal. Price behind the net. He takes a big hit by Hocking. Up along the boards. Number 9 takes a bump there. Harris played it behind Brace. He'll go back and get it. Overskated it. Here's the chance for number 38. Number 38 to the backhand. Save made. Cleared ahead to Gressel. Gressel's pass hit a skate and comes out of the zone. And that'll give the Stars a chance to regain possession and play it ahead. Gressel up to Brennan, or Brace rather, up to Brennan. Back to Gressel. Puck poked away. Harris keeps it in, plays it to the corner. Brace and Price down low. They bump into each other. Puck comes to the side of the net, right out in front of the goal, but nobody there for the Stars. Carolina grabbed it there. He'll circle it back in his own zone. Now plays it out off the stick of Brace, still in the zone, now cleared out. And taken there by Wayne. Wayne avoids a hawklet, carries it into the zone. Had it poked off his stick on a nice defensive play by Torlina. The loose puck taken by Gressel along the board, threw it into the slot area. That deflected off traffic behind the net. Wayne down low. His pass deflects to the corner. Jarvis will clear it, and this will go in on goal. Carrasco Cooper will play it for Harris. Harris had it knocked off his stick. Puck behind the net. Lamonted back there, overskates it. Centering pass right out in front off the stick. Carrasco Cooper might have got a piece of that. Now the loose puck chipped ahead. Jarvis poked it away from Plamondon. Number 35 sends it around behind the net. Wayne lays it up the far side. George pinches in to keep it in the zone. Harris had it but couldn't control it. Now chipped ahead. George keeps it in. Puck comes out of the zone. Gressel picks it up. Here's Gressel up the left-hand side. Puts on the brakes, waiting for some help. Try to center it toward a cutting Hocking. Comandant and Jarvis going to the board. Sobilski with it. Centering pass. Misses everybody. So we've got a whistle. Behind the play. And looks like the net got knocked loose. So we'll get the net put back in place. The faceoff will stay in the Rockhurst zone to the right of Postlethwaite. Number 14 with the puck, plays it behind the net for Jarvis. Sobilski got her stick on it. Now knocked away. Willington sends it down to Sobilski off her stick. George sends it up near side, number 14, along the dasher, grabs it there, send it across the ice. Regas will pick it up outside the blue line. Overskates it momentarily. Here's a chance for Huntley. Huntley with a shot. And Carrasco Cooper makes the save as he came out to cut the angle off and held on to the rebound. Face off to the right of Wack. Holmes and Willington square off against each other. The puck comes out to Rockhurst. Jarvis plays it over to Torlina, sends it around behind the net. Number 14 poked away momentarily by McNally. Number 14 comes away with it, skates it out, leaves it there for Jarvis, but taken away by Evans. Evans up the right-hand side, sends it in the zone behind the net. Evans giving chase on the F1 pressure. Centered it right out in front. Here's a chance for Pryor, but it was off his stick. Carolina banks it off the boards. Willington plays it behind the net. Jarvis takes the loose puck there. Chipped ahead, but held in by Willington. Off his stick, Willington sends it down to the corner, chases it down himself, has Evans in front of the net. Willington brings it out far side, sends it back to the point. McNally will tee one up. That was blocked. Here's Holmes back. We're down to a minute to play. Holmes into the zone. Try to cut it to the front of the net, takes a bump. Now we got a penalty coming up for the Stars, a delay call, and now the touch-up. We're going to have an interference call coming to McNally as he put a body on Holmes after he had lost the puck. And Rockhurst will go back on the power play with 51 seconds to play in the second period. Time of the penalty, 14:09 of the second period. Second power play opportunity for the Rockhurst Hawklets. Face-off will be to the left of Carrasco Cooper. Pryor in the circle for the Stars. It's tied up at the circle now, chipped to the corner. Carolina battling for it. Pryor in there for the Stars. A couple other players. Harris behind the net. Hocking will send it along the boards, and that'll go the length of the ice down into the corner. Holmes will take it there and reverse it behind his own net to Torlina. Michael Torlina with it very deliberately. Keeps it out of his zone. Had it poked off a stick by Harris. Has to come back and get it. Torlina still with the puck. Now skates it ahead. 15 seconds to play in the period. Torlina drops it for Arthur. Sends it wide. It was deflected off a stick. Played back to Holmes at the point. Harris able to chip it out of the zone, and that should pretty much do it for the period. It's sent back in off the stick of Carrasco Cooper. Now we'll have a stoppage of play. At 2.4 seconds to play. It looks like I forgot to run the clock here, so let's get it down to reset the penalty time, and that'll do it as the buzzer sounds, ending the second period of play. We head to the intermission. Our score at the end of two, it's the Rockhurst Hawklets 1, the Kansas City Stars 0. We'll take about a 10-minute break. We'll be back for the third period. You're watching Kansas City Stars Varsity Hockey on the Kansas City Stars Hockey Network. Tristan Pryor taking the opening face-off for the Stars, and we're underway in the third period. Puck taken by Torlina into the Star zone, skates it wide. Now puts the brakes on along the boards, back to the point to Holmes. Back down the dasher to Torlina. His pass hit Evans and out of the zone. Holmes and Evans battling for it right in front of the net. Holmes able to come away with it. He leaves it there for Torlina. Into the Star zone. Sends a shot that's off the blocker into the corner. Arthur was there, put onto the stick of Evans, who cleared it. That hit the linesman. Loose puck picked up by Evans. Evans will chip it ahead, but had it taken away by Holmes at center. Back the other way into the zone. Shot right on. That'll be gloved and held by Carrasco Cooper. Actually 51 seconds of power play time. Not sure why it says 24. I'll have to keep you updated. The officials are over at the scorer's table. And the referee over at the Rockhurst bench explaining something to the Rockhurst coaches. Now they're nodding, so apparently nothing too concerning for the Rockhurst bench. Face off to the right of Carrasco Cooper. I'll try to keep the face off time as close as I can. Down low to Jarvis, right out in front off the stick of Pryor. Held in by Holmes. Holmes tied up by Pryor along the boards. Puck squirts along the dasher, backhanded but not out by Wayne. Held in by Torlina. Circled it over to Holmes, back to Torlina, down low to Jarvis. Back to the point. And now the Stars, well, okay, now I know what happened. It was the scoreboard clock. Here's a chance for Evans. Pryor with a shot that was blocked. I was going to say the power play time was the scoreboard clock, not me, so the power play's expired. Stars back to full strength. A whistle for an icing call, but a couple of good scoring opportunities for Evans and Pryor. Back the other way as I was trying to figure out the penalty time. But it was the scoreboard clock that hadn't started. My clock was actually right. Off the face-off, it comes right behind the net, backhanded up the boards by Torlina. Number 40 there was Sabilski. Puck chipped to the corner. Torlina with it there. Plays it up to Teven. Teven leads it for Torlina up the right-hand side. Torlina poked off his stick by Harris. Paulson, as he was being knocked down, able to play it back to center off the stick of 28. He gets bumped by Hocking. Harris with the puck skates it behind the net. Up to Paulson. Paulson. Pass was deflected off a stick. Grabbed there by Harris. Harris up the left-hand side. Harris leaves it, tried to leave it for Paulson, but Price was there. Puck comes back to the slide area. Hocking with it, skates it down low behind the net. Hocking, circular behind the net, comes up the boards. Harris pinching in, plays it down low to Sabilski, over to Paulson. Paulson with Plomondon cutting toward the net. Pass was deflected off a stick. Plomondon grabs it there. Tried to keep it in the zone. That deflected off a stick. Harris plays it down to Sabilski in the corner. Sabilski behind the net. Paulson giving chase there. Gets bumped up along the boards. Plomondon in to help out. Plomondon and Paulson along the boards with a couple of hawklets. Now the puck comes in front of the net, taken there by Sabilski. Back to Hocking. He'll tee one up. Right on goal. Save made. Rebound out in front. Still loose. Now the puck comes to the corner. Plomondon had it there. Hocking lifts the puck up over the glass and out of play, and this will bring the face-off outside the Stars zone, but a couple of good scoring opportunities for the Stars. Hofflewait with a couple more nice saves. Puck tied up at the circle. Russell had it momentarily, but it's cleared out of the zone. Deppy for Brennan. Brennan back in. Brennan skates it down in the corner, being harassed there by George. Played ahead to number 28. Pass intercepted by Regas. Regas Has to wait for his teammates to get back on side. Now sends it around behind the net. Brendan and George. George gets there first. Leaves it for Jarvis up the boards to number 28. He reaches back for the puck. Plays it ahead off a skate. Cleared out of the zone. It was off Regas' stick. But they're going to whistle the icing anyways. And that'll bring the faceoff back in the Hawkwood zone. 11:30 to play in the third period. Rockhurst with the 1-0 lead. The face-off is controlled by Rockhurst. It's going to be held in by McNally. Down to Gressel, backhander over the net. Puck comes up along the dasher. Regas pinching in down low. A couple of Hawklets in there. Regas still battling for the puck. Now Brendan in to help out. Regas had it momentarily, but Rockhurst able to get it out of the zone. Now we got a race for the puck. Greco and McNally. McNally gets there first and overskates it. Greco fell down. The puck was right there for him. Geppy battling for it here. The backhander just wide. Puck along the boards far side. Clear but not out. Come back in along the boards. Gressel stepped in front of that pass. Now plays it ahead to Gressel. Gressel for Deppy. Deppy into the zone to the backhand. Down in the corner with it. Had it knocked off his stick. Arthur's clearing attempt was held in the zone. Bouncing puck just inside the blue line off the stick of Gressel. Price will backhand it up the boards there for Teven. Ahead to number 42 up the right-hand side. Turning it across to number 12. Puck rolls off his stick into the corner. Number 12 and McNally in the corner. They fight for it. McNally comes away with it, but taken away by number 42. Greco, centering pass off a stick. Intercepted by Luke Gressel for the Stars. Gressel, Stars making a change, so Gressel waiting for his teammate to get on the ice. Now we got a penalty coming up as Gressel took a hit to the head, and it's going to be Frankie going to the box at the 4:59 mark of the third period. The Stars will be on the power play for the first time in the game. This will be a Kansas City Stars Fireball power play. Power play brought to you by the preferred cinnamon schnapps for all Kansas City Stars hockey parents. Wellington on the face-off. It comes back out near the point area. Chip there to Wellington. Wellington over to Evans. Evans out to the point to Harris. Harris with a shot deflected off a skate. Puck bounces around to the corner. Pinballed its way there. Harris down to Pryor. Back to Harris. One-timer right on. Deflected wide. Headed toward the net. Evans threw it right out in front off the stick of Hocking. Hocking tried to get it to Evans. Here's a stolen pass. Shot hit the side of the net. Puck right out in front. And cleared out of the zone by Rockhurst. A couple good scoring opportunities for the Stars. Wack plays it up to the blue line. It was off a skate. Harris, long pass that deflects up off Evans' stick and out of play. Face-off will be just outside the Rockhurst zone. Played into the zone. Arthur will send it behind the net. Takes a hit by Hocking. Harris plays up the boards. That was off Hocking's skate. Into the corner it goes. Harris comes away with it for the Stars. Harris up to Evans off his skate. Jarvis takes the puck and hoists it down the ice. Wack leaves it for Hocking. 47 left on the power play. Puck comes to the center. Taken there by Harris. Harris tried to get it over to Pryor. The puck squirts in toward the net. It was off the skate of Postlethwaite. Now comes back. Here's a chance for Evans. That was blocked. Regas, who's just on, gives it to Wellington. Had it knocked off his stick. Torlina behind the net. Plays it up off the glass and down the ice. And left there for Harris. Harris, long pass up to Pryor. Pryor had it come off his stick. Postlethwaite chips it up. Taken there by Evans sent it wide of the goal, tried to get it to Harris. Played out of the zone. It'll be picked up by Wayne in his own blue line over to Regas. Regas banks it off the boards to Evans. Penalties over. Rockhurst back at full strength. Over to Wayne off his stick. He'll grab the puck in the corner. Puck squirts behind the net. Off the stick of Brennan. Loose puck taken by Torlina. He cycles it around to Jarvis. Jarvis ahead to number 14. At the left-hand side, had it poked away by Brace. Brace will backhand it into the zone as we're nearing the midway point of this third period. Played off the boards, it's held in by Regas. Regas along the boards, Brace with it. Brace and Gressel. Gressel gets knocked down, the puck squirts to the side of that. Brennan right out in front for Brace, but it was off his stick. Cleared out of the zone, Regas picked it up just outside the blue line as the Stars get back on side. And the puck touched just inside the zone, and that'll be whistled for an offsides. Face-off Brace with it. Plays it in the corner for Gressel. Gressel centering pass that bounced off some skates behind the net. Price banks it off the boards. Held in along the boards by Regas. Regas sends it back behind the net. Now the puck squirts to the side of the goal. Hossaway tried to reach it, couldn't get it. But Rockhurst able to get it back to center. Now played it too far for Regas. And chipped back into the Stars zone. Brennan and number 30 battle for it. Played up the boards. Torlina stepped in front of the pass. Bouncing puck just outside the zone. Gressel with it. Gressel tried to backhand it up to Brace. Intercepted by Price. He'll backhand it to center. Taken there by number 28. But a good play by Brace to intercept the puck at center. Now played ahead. Brace battling ahead. Gressel picks up the loose puck. Here's Gressel with it. Gressel threw it toward the net and it was deflected wide. Brace behind the net to Gressel. Commanded in. And picked up there by the Hawklets and hoisted down the ice, and that'll be whistled for an icing call against the Hawklets. 6:13 to play, third period. Stars win the draw, but Rockhurst able to poke it ahead out of the zone. They're going to wave off the icing. Harris and number 40. Harris comes away with it. Had it knocked off his stick. Number 40 with it. Threw it to the side of the net. Puck turning behind the net. Grabbed there by McNally. Held in by George. He'll send it wide of the goal. The puck squirts behind the goal. Now chipped to the corner. Sabilski for the Stars ahead off the stick of Paulson. Jarvis at center with it. Retreats back near his own blue line. Deflected off a stick. George and Paulson behind the net. Now it's Jarvis taking the pass up at number 40. Number 40 with a burst of speed, good poke check by Savilski. McNally with it. McNally lays it across. Commandant will send it in. He'll head to the bench. The puck comes to the side of the net. Hossaway to put the glove down and cover it up. Face off to the right of the Rockhurst goal. As I said at the top of the broadcast, the key to this game was finding a way to get the puck past the fine goalie. Here's Willington rather. Back to Harris. Harris sends it behind the net for Willington off his stick. Evans in the corner. Chips it behind the goal. Taken there by number 42. Over skates it now, leaves it for Jarvis. Evans comes away with it for the Stars. Plays it down in the corner off the stick of Pryor. Willington grabs the loose puck. Willington behind the net, now to the backhand in the corner. Takes a check there. Pryor with it. Pryor threw it right out in front. Loose puck in front of the net. Sticks battling at it. Comes out to McNally. A shot that gets through and it's gloved and held on by the goalie. McNally with a wrister that got through and Hossaway able to eye it into his glove. Off the faceoff, it comes to the corner. Huntley plays it behind the net. Centering pass by Pryor, tipped away. Held in by Harris. Sends it down low. Pryor in the corner. Threw it to the side of the net. Played up the boards by Rockhurst, number 14 there. Kept in the zone. Played down low by Evans. Price sends it up for Huntley up the near side boards. McNally pinching in. Comes right out in front. Here's a backhander save made. Puck still loose. And Postlewaite's got it. Oh, it took a weird bounce right out in front of the net. Willington was there, but Postlewaite with a couple of nice saves to keep it a 1-0 game. Face off, the puck tied up at the circle, now comes to the corner, back to the point, a good play by Rockhurst to bring it out of the zone. And the Rockhurst players got upended. Stars might have got away with one. Torlina with the puck right in front of his own net. Had it knocked off his stick by Gressel. Gressel and Torlina tie it behind the net. Brace plays it back to the point to Wayne. Wayne lays it down low for Brace. Right out in front, deflected off a stick, but Brennan got tied up. Off the boards, it's picked up there by number 35. He'll chip it ahead. Wayne plays it up to Brace, back into the Rockhurst zone. Over to Gressel. Gressel puts on the break, tried to get it over to Brennan. He got tied up in front of the net. Brennan, or Hawking rather, along the boards for Brace. Brace tried to play it to the center of the ice, lost it to Torlina, and back the other way. Torlina would just send it in. That was off Brennan's skate, wide of the goal. Oh, we had something happen behind the play. The Rockhurst fans wanted a call. Hawking avoids the check. Here's Brennan with the puck. Brennan to the backhand. Gressel right there. Puck out in front, right in front of the net. The net was open, but the Stars not able to put it in. Now we got a big collision. Here's number 38 with it. Number 38 with a shot that hit the side of the net. Carrasco Cooper might have got a piece of it with the glove. Puck comes up the far side board. Jarvis will backhand it down low. Wayne lost his stick. Wayne soccers it around the boards to the far side, number 40. Had it taken away, and that'll be sent down the ice, and the Stars whistled for an icing call. .239 to play in the game. Stars and Hawkless first of 2 this weekend before we take our break for the holidays. Controlled by Rocker. Here's a shot. And that'll be gloved and held on by Carrasco Cooper. A shot from Torlina. That got through. Torlina tees one up. That was blocked. Pomondon and Savilski ran down. Pomondon from his knees backhands it. Torlina fell down. Regas on the forecheck. Regas will get to the corner. Got Paulson in front of the net. Regas throw it right out in front. Here's a chance for Paulson. Shot, save. Puck loose in front of the net, taken there by number 42. Greco out of the zone. Pomondon able to keep it in. Jarvis with it. Plays it up the near side board for Arthur. Arthur's pass intercepted by Regas. Held in by Pomondon. He sends it around behind the net. Paulson got knocked down. Torlina takes the loose puck. We're under 2 minutes to play. Comes up near side. Arthur up to number 12. Number 12 carries it into the zone. Now sends it across the ice off the boards. Pomondon grabs the loose puck. Tried to get it to Paulson. Chipped off the boards by Greco. Back into the Star zone. Greco cuts it to the center of the ice. He gets stood up by Paulson. George gets knocked down by McNally. Pomondon plays it ahead. Minute and a half to play. Third period. We'll keep an eye on Carrasco Cooper. Ahead to Evans. Evans had it taken away by Holmes. The puck chipped to the corner. Carrasco Cooper was leaning toward the bench. Now has to get back in goal. Number 14 comes away with it. Plays it behind the net. Now it's to Jarvis. Jarvis throws it right in. That's off the glove and into the glove of Carrasco Cooper. The face-off, it's one-timer by Torlina, and that's gloved by Carrasco Cooper. Behind the net. Here's a steal right in front of the net by number 14 to Harris, able to get it back. We're down to a minute to play. Watching Carrasco Cooper. He's about halfway between the goal and the blue line. Puck comes out of the zone. Sent back in by Huntley. Behind the net, Carrasco Cooper retreats with 45 seconds to play in the game. Hocking along the boards. Hocking. A long pass up to Pryor off his stick, taken by Jarvis. Jarvis sends it right back in. And that'll be an icing call against Rockhurst, and that should give Carrasco Cooper an opportunity to go to the bench. The Stars will bring on the extra attacker with 33 and 1/10 seconds to play. Willington on the faceoff opposite Holmes. Emptied in at the other end. Six attackers on for the Stars. Puck tied up in the circle. Pryor plays it back to the point. Back down to Pryor. He'll chase it down in the corner. Takes a bump by Jarvis. Loose puck drinking there by Torlina. Torlina sends it off the body of Harris. Harris gets it back in his own blue line. Now plays it across to Pryor. Off his stick into the zone. Torlina backhands it out with 10 seconds to play. Out of the zone, Willington sends it ahead. 5 seconds to play, and now it's sent across. Here's Pryor, sends one in toward the net, and the buzzer was found, ending the game. And the final score is the Rockhurst Hawkless 1, the Kansas City Stars 0. We'll be back tomorrow, these same two teams. Tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. from the Kansas City Ice Center. Thank you for watching our broadcast today. Once again, the final score is the Rockhurst Hawklets 1, the Kansas City Stars 0. You've been watching Kansas City Stars Varsity Hockey on the Kansas City Stars Hockey Network. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.